athletes around the world are being pushed to their limits at the Summer Olympics this year. And if you're watching it, I don't know about you, but me, it kind of makes you wonder if they're all some type of superhuman.
Yeah, for real. But a main component of keeping them in top shape and keeping them energized is their diet. Here to talk to us about eating like an Olympian is Healthline Nutrition editor and registered dietitian Lisa Valente. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So first, let's talk about macronutrients and its impact on strength and stamina. You know, protein is getting a moment right now, so I'm assuming you're going to talk about a lot of us probably need more protein.
Yeah, you know, athletes especially need more protein. They're fueling those muscles. But the other macronutrient that's really important, and we don't often hear about it in the spotlight, is carbohydrates. So carbohydrates also fuel your muscles. So these athletes need both, plus those healthy fats to maintain their energy levels and absorb some of those fat-soluble vitamins. So it's really the balance of all three, but focusing on protein and then that blend of protein and carbohydrates is really important for these athletes.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the carbs down, no problem there with my carb intake. But kind of tell us a little about some tips that you have for athletes in terms of hydration and meal timing.
Yeah, so I mean, you were just talking about the heat in Texas. It's also really hot in Paris, which means as these athletes move their bodies, they're losing sweat and water, moisture, electrolytes. So they don't only need water, but those electrolytes like sodium, magnesium, potassium. So they need to drink a lot, especially in the heat. And then meal timing is really important. You don't want to have a big, heavy meal right before you go out and perform, but you need a little bit of energy. So depending on the event or the sport, they can eat during some carbohydrates, which are going to give them that quick energy, making sure they're eating enough before, but giving themselves a window to digest, and then refueling after their events with a mix of protein and carbohydrates.
Yeah.
Would you say that there's a difference between like endurance sports also and strength training sports? Should they eat differently?
I mean, we're seeing such a wide variety of sports. So a lot of these athletes, like a big weightlifter, is focused more on power, and then a marathon runner is true endurance. And then a lot of these sports are a mix of the two. So when we think power, we tend to think more protein. And when we think endurance, a higher level of carbohydrates. But it's really fine tuning and finding that right balance for your sport and for you as an athlete.
Yeah, okay, so I'm not an athlete, but for people who are, talk to us about the importance of post-competition meals or maybe post-workout meals, how they can help with muscle recovery and reducing fatigue. So what you eat after a workout or competition is important?
Yeah, so it's that mix of protein to help your muscles refuel and also carbohydrates, because when you work out, your muscles lose that storage form of energy called glycogen. And so eating carbohydrates helps refuel that, which is really important. And then on top of that, they just need to make sure they're getting enough energy. So eating enough to sustain that activity level that they have. But also this is where antioxidants come into play. So eating a lot of fruits and vegetables are going to help your body sort of take care of itself and overall fine tune and help support your activity level.
Yeah.
You know, I once heard that the perfect blend of carbs and protein for a post-meal workout is milk. And it seems weird to think about drinking milk, but would you say that's true?
Yeah, so milk on its own has that mix of carbohydrates and protein. A lot of athletes are refueling with chocolate milk, which has a little bit more carbohydrates from that chocolate that's in the milk. But it can be nice. Think about like a post-workout smoothie where you might add milk and then also some fruit, maybe some extra protein powder to make it a little more substantial. But it really is a nice blend.
Yeah, at the end of the Houston Marathon, they give milk and bananas.
Oh, yeah.
People love it, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess they know what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for those of us who are not elite athletes, one or two ways, like top things that we can do that we can benefit from what you've learned about fueling high performers.
Yeah, one of the things I'm loving seeing this Olympics is this focus on positive nutrition. How can food impact your body? What is it going to do for you? And really looking at it as a tool that's helpful instead of something that we have to restrict or eliminate from our diet. So just having that positive mindset and listening to how our bodies feel after we eat, I think is really important. And then learning what's in your food, which foods have protein, which foods have carbohydrates, which foods are good sources of healthy fats can really help you as you learn to eat better, whether you're training for the Olympics or just everyday life.
Yeah, that's true. That mix of macronutrients will help anybody. Lisa Valente, we appreciate your time this morning. All great information.
Thank you so much.